Right, let's have a look at this question number 4 now then. Okay, quite a straightforward or seemingly straightforward question. All we've got to do is differentiate this function. But we have to remember that y equals sine squared x is a shorthand way of writing is the same as y equals sine of x all squared. So we've got one function within another. Okay. Just to make the general point, sine squared of x is not the same as the sine of x squared. That's the sine of x squared. What we mean is the sine of x all squared, which is this bit here. Okay? So if you're asked to differentiate something like this, you have to think of it like this. So I'm actually asking you to differentiate the sine of x all squared. And we need to use one of the rules to do this. The product rule, you might be asked to try and use the product rule, which is when we've got one function multiplied by another. The quotient rule, when we've got one function divided by another. Or the chain rule, and this is an example of the chain rule, where we've got one function, the sine x, inside another, the square function. If I was asked to find out what y was, I would first of all find out what sine x was, then I'd square it. So I've got one function and then another one function inside another. So I have to use the chain rule to do this. So have a look at the chain rule and see if you can suss out what to do and go through it. I'll pause the video at this point. Remember, we let u equal the inner function, so that's your start point. U equals sine x. See if you can go from there. So looking at this, I let u equal sine x. So that means, and we often set this out by splitting the page, that means we can write y equals, instead of sine x, we can write u squared. So I've got two separate functions, and I need to differentiate both. I need to differentiate u with respect to x, and I need to differentiate y with respect to u. So du by dx, the differential of sine is just cos x, and the differential of y with respect to u is just 2u. And then the chain rule says that, and it's on your formula sheet, dy by dx, which is what we're after, equals dy by du multiplied by du by dx. In other words, I just multiply these two answers together. So dy by dx equals dy by du, which is 2u, multiplied by du by dx, which is cos x. And then finally, I just replace u with what we set u to be, which was sine x. So that equals 2 times sine x times cos x. And that would be the answer.